Video way I come across online, I go like more and watch that video. If you watch am, tell me what you feel about that video. Just go watch this video. If you watch am, tell me what you feel about this video. Things they happen. Go and watch the video.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
No, fine, sir.
What is the problem? Please, I would like make you narrate this story wey you narrate for me for email wey make me invite you come this place. Behind you is camera and is recording the word is watching. They won't hear this your confession wey make me invite you come here and they want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So I would like make you narrate this story to them exactly the same way wey you take write am for me for email wey make me invite you come here.
Okay, sir. It all started after my NYSC. So after serving, there was no job, and I started doing all this sales girl job, but the salary wasn't enough as the first child out of five children. So I was hustling and everything. So one day I went for an interview in a hospital, one of the hospitals. So when I went for the interview, the man said that he will have sex with me before, that I was worthy of the job, but he will have to have his own share of the piece of cake before I could resume work because the salary was mouth watering. So when I refused, he walked me out of the office. So angrily, as I was leaving the office, outside the gate, I met some few men, two young guys and one elderly man there. They were actually discussing about a job opportunity, and only for me to overhear that it was a mortuary attendant. So I was like, okay. And the salary they were calling was like, it was huge. So within me, I now decided, I was like, anything that a man can do, a woman can do it more better. I decided to go for the mortuary work. When I approached them, because the man was trying to convince those two guys to come and work with him, so they were like, they cannot do it and all those stuff. So I approached the man. I was like, that I am ready to do the work. At first, they were surprised, like they were shocked. The man was like, "Madam, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay?" I told the man that I am okay. So when the man saw the seriousness, he said I should come aside, that we needed to talk. So after some few conversation, he was convinced that I was in for the job. So he put me through everything I needed to know. So because of that single act of mine, those guys were like, okay, since that guy fit get mind do am, say they can do it. That was how all of us started the job. At first, I swear to God, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Like, it was hell. But each time I remember the salary and I knew very well I needed the money, I had to zero my mind and keep pushing. So along the line, I noticed that another business was going on aside the normal mortuary work that we were being paid for. What they do is, there are this group of people that come either for private parts or intestine. So when we embalm bodies, they used to ampute most of those things to sell, or after washing dead bodies, we do stock up the water because we sell them to either all these big big restaurants or all these business women. They use it for something. So I at first I was scared to do it, but due to the small small money wey dey come out, man gats survive. And besides, they said if you cannot beat them, you join them. I had no other option. I started doing it. So I had this very huge customer. Like, she pays me even more than what we collect. So she called me one day that she needed a fresh cups water. I was like, "Ma, we don't have any new cups now, that those ones are old." She said she needed it like in the space of 3 days. I said, okay, that I will just try, or I'll see what I can do. So throughout that day, I was hoping and praying that at least I needed a new corpse. It's not easy. So as the day was coming to an end, there there was a call that was rushed into the mortuary, and I was the one on duty that day, that same day in the evening. So I was like, ah, thank God. And the guy was a very handsome guy. He was an accident victim. So I was like, thank God, at last the thing no go even reach 3 days. So along the line, when I wanted to bait the guy, I heard voices. But I was like, after on a normal something now, we don't dey used to am. You go even dey sef dey see dem dey waka is nothing. So I was like, after all. So after baiting the guy and doing the needful, I stocked up the water ready to give it to the woman when she calls, only for me to start hearing the guy that I shouldn't try to take that water out unless I want to trash it or dispose it. So I started shouting at the guy, because normally we dey beat cops, you go shout for them, you go quarrel them normally, because even though they are, their spirits are still roaming and they are still listening. So I started quarreling the guy, he should not even try that with me, because if I bring it, I was going to beat him. So the guy was like, I don't know who he is. That's not everybody can condole that. I should not do that. I should better dispose the body. So me normally now, even though we dey do small small things wey we dey take back ourselves up so I was like, nothing is going to happen. After all, it's not the first time. So I went ahead, called the woman to come and pick the water, that it was ready. So the woman came, I gave her the water she requested for, and she paid me. That same day, e no pass that day, that same particular day, I was outside still jubilating, at least I succeeded to get water. Na so next thing wey I land na my back, cane. If you ask me who dey beat me, I no know. I was receiving cane. If I like if I should pull my cloth and you see my back, you see lashes, like strokes of cane. I have been going
Does
through.
that happen for real? Like for real?
Yes. So the guy was like, he warned me that he's still angry that his life was cut short untimely, only for me to want coming to use him to get money. Do I think he's happy being dead? Don't I know I'm privileged to be alive, and I can even be responsible other than what I was doing? Na so I had to start looking for solution. So I met my superior, the one that introduced me into the business. He took me somewhere around east. So when I got there, they said that the only solution is for me to confess, and knowing very well that I cannot come out to say that kind of thing. So I've been following your page, and I recall that when doing confession, you don't like exposing people's identity and their face. And now said, no how, no how, that I have to email you to please help me so I can share my story to the world, so that let me know if this guy can at least let me rest. Because after this thing now, I feel they come out like this now. He no fit do am for public but anytime I am alone, you will see the next thing na beating. I don't sleep alone anymore. I no longer like, I will always like to be where people are gathered. I cannot stay alone because of I'm scared of what will happen next. So that's why I came to pour my heart out, what I have done. So please, that's my confession.
People, shebi una hear am. The thing no even give me mouth to talk. Shebi na say I just the thing I just cool. Things dey happen for this life oh. Things dey happen. There are some stories wey you go hear, you go dey ask yourself whether this thing happen truly. But because of say na the person wey e happen to dey tell you this story, you have to believe it. Things dey happen even for mortuary. There is I dey hear say they dey sell part, but I never see am until this her confession. I dey tell you, I dey hear say they dey sell woman parts for mortuary, for where the people, men dey come buy, dey supply, dey use the but I never see, except this one wey she come dey confess now, wey make me I now believe am say something like this dey go on. Now she run come meet us to know if there will be any solution. The place where she go before, they say make she confess. No wahala, I go bring Sia into this matter, make I hear wetin Sia fit talk concerning this issue. If see as say e get solution, fine. If you say e no get solution, we will call this program a quit. So see abiko enu ga one night wa ya biko nebe go da ya n'ime mmụọ madụgodi ka owe ihe nwere ike imere ya ka e wee gbochie nsogbu ọ na-enwe biko nebagodi anya. So please we have to be careful. May we mind where there's still dey you get good much days wey dey. I no go lie for you, but okay, see I wan talk.
ọkwa n'aka ya ka ọ dị
Okay.
dịka o si n'ebe o jelu mbụ na agwara ya ka o jee kwupụta ihe ndị ọjọọ niile ọ na-eme.
Okay.
Nke ọ bịakwanụ kwuo sokwe
Okay.
mana ọ kara ozu
Okay.
na ọ ya eje ebe afọ ọ na-arụ ọrụ kọwaa onwe ya ọfụma kọwasịa ife a na-eme
Okay. Okay. Okay.
emesịzi agwụ ya ife ọ ya eme gbasalụ mmụọ nke na-enye ya nsogbu maka ihe ya bụ mmụọ kwado bụ na ọ ga-eme ka fa ncha niile kwupụta ife fa na-eme ma wee kwekwazịa nkwa na ha ayala eme ọzọ.
Okay. 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 People shebi una hear wetin Siya talk. Nne, Siya talk say wetin you go do be say the solution to this thing wey you dey do now be say you go confess for where you dey work. Yeah? You say this one wey you come here come for confess say you follow na part of it. But the main one na to go to that your place of work, meet with the management of that place, tell them the things wey you people dey do, the things wey una dey do there, the atrocity wey una dey commit for that place wey una dey work. Say after una you don do that confession, because say wetin this guy dey try to do, say him go dey do you until all of una confess, and before you know una go begin sick from sick una go kpai except say una confess. Then after you don do this confession to the management, then you go come, him go tell you wetin you go bring so that they go run cleansing for you, total cleansing for you, so that you go dey free from the attack of the guy. Shebi you hear wetin I talk?
Yes, sir.
So now wetin you go do be that. Hello fans, shebi una don hear wetin happen. Please, without wasting anybody's time, I want you to go to the comment section. Tell me what you feel about this very issue. Yeah, but please comment respectfully. And don't forget to share and like after watching.